All right, XRP holders. So a 39-month cycle says the XRP price is poised for a breakout to $1,000. Is this true? Is this false? And when could it happen, according to Scott Matherson? I also want to talk about when to buy and when to sell XRP, according to JD. This chart right here showing the best time. Again, not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys when to buy or when to sell. I want to show you facts. I want to show you on the chart what to look for. And I'm breaking this down step by step for you guys. We're talking about the crypto fear and greed index. We're also going to play some clips from the CEO of Chase, Jamie Dimon. We're talking about this cycle, where we are in comparison to Bitcoin. We're also getting into Bitcoin's halving in terms of the last market cycles and what happened, where we are relative to today, and some key dates to look for in the ongoing trial versus the SEC when the judge, Annalisa Torres, blocked their interlocutory appeal, which was massive for XRP. But everyone wants to know, why hasn't XRP broken out yet? If Ripple's making all these massive partnerships as a company, is XRP really a good currency? Or is it just the Trojan horse that they're using to sneak in the gates to usher in something else for the CBDCs that are coming to not only the United States, but the rest of the world? So comment 777 if you're feeling blessed. Comment 777 if you're feeling bullish. We're going to talk about all this in today's video. And if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, you know what to do. Confirm it by tapping it in. Just give it a tibbity taparoo, sink the putt, do it for grandma. We're beating Shooter McGavin, and we're buying our house back with crypto. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So XRP has been in an uptrend since November of 2022. So we're still looking good, even regardless of this pullback from the post-lawsuit decision back to 52 cents. On CoinMarketCap it says 82 cents. Some other exchanges were upwards of 90 cents, depending on where you were buying or selling your XRP. And as always, don't buy XRP, don't sell XRP. But here's a quick clip of what everyone's going to be like after Bitcoin's halving come 2024.
My car, valet people. I'm sorry, Mr. Trump. There's a delivery truck blocking your car right now. We're going to get it moved. I'm sorry. It'll take like a couple minutes, I swear.
I don't have a couple of minutes. I'm busy. I'm making money. I'm busy. Hey, by the way, whose car is this? Whose is it? I like this car. Is this your car?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm buying it. I need it. I need it fast. I'm buying it.
You're buying my car?
Yeah, here's your check. Thanks.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, just let me get my kids out of the back.
Now, wait a minute. I don't have time for this. These are your kids?
Yeah.
I'm buying them too.
You can buy my kids.
I'm buying your kids too. Whoa, look at these heroes.
Buy me.
Bye, guys. Be good, okay? I love you. Mommy will email you, okay?
Oh, Donald Trump just bought a stranger's children.
Hello, kids. I just bought you.
Who are you?
What, do you live in a cave? I'm Donald Trump. I'm the biggest. I'm the best.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared. Look, here's $12,000. That'll take care of your fear. Don't have fear in life.
Donald Trump just paid that little girl not to express human emotion. Mr. Trump, what about your car?
Just keep it as a tip, okay?
Sweet. Guys, I got a car. Mr. Trump, can you give us a quick, you're fired?
Listen, I don't give away my catchphrases. Now I have to get out of here. Buckle up, you kids who I just bought. Just buckle up, please, right now. I'm out of here. The Trumpster's the greatest.
Whoa. He just called himself the Trumpster.
All right, so we're going to get into this right here. This is a chart from JD showing when the best time to buy and sell XRP is. Again, not financial advice. It's not what I'm telling, but this is shared by a chain of blocks. And then this chart, we'll see if it's accurate. We'll see and dive into that. So first thing you want to do is go to TradingView. If you guys don't use TradingView, tradingview.com is where you can look at charts. You can also use charts.cointrader.pro. I prefer TradingView. It's more robust and dynamic. And they have a free version and a paid version, depending on how detailed you want to get with your technical analysis and reading charts. But I'm going to break this down for you guys on first and foremost on the weekly chart. So right here at the top, you can see we're on the weekly chart. And every single candle represents a week in terms of the time frame. So we can go all the way back, to like 2000 when XRP launched, basically, and see, what the price was all the way back here. And so we're going to do some analysis for you guys in comparison to Bitcoin as well, too, on where we are towards the end of this video. So you're going to love this. Make sure you share this video with a friend. So all of the criteria must fit this or be at least close to it for a good time to buy or sell XRP, according to this. So when to buy, let's talk about this. All must meet criteria or close to it in A, B, C, or D. A, the RSI must be 40 or lower. So the RSI is the relative strength index right here for A. You can see that we are at 49 on the RSI. So we're right in the middle. You know, I've always said this in previous videos, anything around 30 or below is in oversold conditions, and that's a great time to historically back up the truck based on the past. And if you can look on the price chart, the last time that we were around 28, you know, XRP's price was right here in June of 2022 at around like 27.30 cents right there. And so anytime before then, you could see XRP was at a relative low point. Like right here in March of 2020, you know, XRP was all the way down at 11 cents. And so just based off the RSI alone, we're right in the middle. So we're very close to it. We're not below 40. We are at 49. So that's a little bit above it. B, the stochastic RSI at 5 or lower. So B right here, we're at about 5.43. So we're a little bit above it. We're still very, very low though on the stochastic RSI in comparison to the past. So that's looking good for the stochastic RSI for B. And then for C, if I move my zesty mug out the way for you, what is C? Well, C is the MFI at 20 or lower. So the MFI we can see right here, money flow index is at 55. So we're about right in the middle for that. So the MFI needs to be at 20 or lower. So we're well above it. And so based off this, the fear and greed index on D needs to be at extreme fear. We're at neutral. So that's fitting, knowing that like we're right in the middle. And so it's not the best time to buy XRP. Now that doesn't mean that it's a terrible time. All that it means, it's not the best time, right? Because obviously the best time was, you know, back in like December at 30 cents or back here in June at 28 cents, and we're at 51 cents right now. So this is what I've said before, XRP could go lower, and then that could give you a better understanding or a better time to back up the truck if you so choose. It's completely up to you, but that does make sense from right here. And when's the best time to sell? All of the criteria must be close to this or spot on. So A, the RSI of 75 or higher. So once we start peaking above 70, if you look at the past times we were above 70 on the RSI right here, you see 10th of July right here, this is post lawsuit, we were above 70. So we were at like 73. So that would have been a good time to hedge a little bit. You know, if you're a day trader, that was the time before then was all the way back here. I mean, that was April of 2021. We were upwards of 78 on the RSI. So if I were to measure how long it took to go from right here to the next point, that was about 800 days. So you would have had to wait 800 days before you hedged out anything else. Or if you're holding long term and you're expecting XRP to go to $1,000, even though, you know, that's just like for headlines and stuff, these articles put that out for headlines, then you got to be smarter with this. Now, if you're planning on holding for like 5-10 years and you don't care because you have passive income coming in on the front end, then you don't have to worry about, you know, selling at these short-term profit taking points, hoping to get a 2x, right? Like let's say you bought it 50 cents, you know, on the way up, and then you're like hedge out at 95 cents or 85 cents or something. What, you got 2x. If you had, $5,000 of XRP, you would have had to sold all of your XRP to make 5K. So it just doesn't make any sense to sell so quick, in my opinion. I could be wrong there. But if you're day trading and then you buy back in down here, that's smart. But then again, it's very, very difficult to know, if XRP was going to break out further. Everyone was expecting for something to happen similar to what happened back here during the XRP breakout, where we can see XRP shoot upwards of, a penny, and then it consolidated sideways for about 7 days. And so people were expecting something similar to happen post lawsuit victory, but there was not enough steam in the market due to what the Federal Reserve was doing and their QT on their balance sheet. So around 7 days, consolidated sideways, and XRP's price crashed. And then people call it a scam project when they don't realize what the Federal Reserve is doing with their monetary print orders, and then the debt in the United States climbing up is the real scam, and what the central banks are doing. And so right here at the Fear Greed Index, we're at neutral. Where are we going to go next? That's the real question. And also, let's go through the rest of this criteria. So the stochastic RSI at 90 or higher. Now let's look at the chart. On B, right here at the stochastic RSI, when were we above 90? Well, April of 23, right here, when XRP was upwards of 59 cents. The time before then was September, when XRP was at 56 cents. The time before then was right here, when XRP was at 86 cents. Anything before there was, at peaks. So the stochastic RSI is very good to look at, where you guys can see each point if you're planning on day trading right now. So the fact that we are below that we're below, 20 right here. We're at like 5.4. That's actually a really good point. So the stochastic RSI is showing more bullish right now than what the RSI would be showing, whereas the money flow index is showing, somewhat neutral right here. But that would need to be the MFI or 75 or higher. And so it's not a good time to sell right now, and it's not the best time to buy, but it is a decent time based on the macro. So fear and greed index at extreme greed. Now, what's going to happen here? This is what's going to happen. We're going to go to a point where XRP will most likely be above 75. It'll most likely be above 90 on the stochastic RSI. It'll most likely be above 75 on the money flow index. And then the fear and greed index will be in extreme greed. And that's when most everyone will be buying. 99% of people will be buying, just like most people were buying up here post lawsuit when the RSI was at 70, almost 75. The stochastic was at 86 plus. And the money flow index wasn't really, I don't think it was doing too much. I mean, it was up here. So money flow index, I don't really look at the money flow index too much, but it is a good indicator nonetheless. And then the crypto fear and greed index, let's see what it popped into on the past 3 months right here. So we can see we've been at neutral. So people are still neutral. They don't know what the Federal Reserve is going to be doing next. There could be one more rate rise this year. And then depending on what Jerome Powell says, if they're going to keep pause, or if they're going to keep going up, or if they're going to pivot come 2024 and send the economy into a tailspin and a worse recession. But let's listen to what Jamie Dimon, has to say. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you agree with him or do you disagree with him here?
Bitcoin itself is a hyped up fraud. It's a pet rocket.
You're back to that?
Yeah,
really?
Of course, yeah.
So what do you make then of BlackRock and other firms that are investing in infrastructure?
No, that's different. Blockchain is a technology ledger system that we use to move information. We've used it to do overnight repo, intraday repo. We've used it to move money.
Right.
So that is a ledger. That's a technology ledger type of thing that we think will be deployable. Remember, we've been talking about that for 12 years too, and very little's been done.
There's some tokens that I agree with you on, but Bitcoin's based on a distributed ledger. Yeah, it has all the characteristics of a store of value. It's immutable. It's scarce.
Totally untrue. It's
21 million.
Well, yeah, really. How do you know it's going to stop at 21 million?
Because
I've mentioned this to people
Satoshi,
too. Everyone says that. Well, maybe it's going to get to 21 million, and Satoshi's picture is going to come up and laugh at you all. Bitcoin.
Okay, so what do you guys think about that? Let's look at the comments right here. And so, Sanasanyo says, because it's the code, mate, which is open source. You can read it. It is 21 million. That's it. For your information, I'm not supporting Bitcoin in any way, but I had to say something to this nonsense. And so this other person says Jamie Dimon is unapologetically truthful. Now, in terms of unapologetically truthful, I feel like he says, well, I don't feel, he does have to say stuff to keep his shareholders invested into Chase and to his company. And if he were to be bullish for Bitcoin, well, then what would people in Chase do? They would pull money out of his company and they would put it into Bitcoin, which he doesn't benefit from. So common sense would suggest that he has a bias there. And so being indifferent for it, hey, you know what? Maybe Satoshi comes out later and does post a picture up, says, gotcha. Maybe it's the CIA that created it. Maybe it's China that created Bitcoin. The real black swan thing here that for Bitcoin is nobody knows who created it. That's one thing that's still on the horizon to figure that out on. Is it a social experiment? Was it something that was really created by, some insider up at the top? And then there's a lot of, I don't want to spread conspiracy theories here, but Bitcoin was the beta test coin and then XRP is the final product. They needed to put Bitcoin out to see if it would work. And the fact that it is working, XRP is the final product because the distributed ledger technology with the actual ledger, right, on the blockchain rather than the currency is what these companies want to use. So I do agree with Jamie Dimon on that, where it's the blockchain, it's the ledger to be looking at rather than all these currencies. We don't need millions of currencies. You look right here on CoinMarketCap, 1.8 1.8 million cryptocurrencies. We don't need that many cryptocurrencies. We don't need, all these currencies out there confusing everyone on which one to buy, which one to hold. And then also at the same time too, having a one world currency is what the New World Order wants to move forward to. But listen to this and then let's discuss this.
No, so as I said, the X-current product, the way it's implemented today, uses fiat currencies. So the convergence that we see coming in the next phase is for banks to have an option to say, do I want to use XRP? So instead of the German bank holding Turkish lira, they could say, Akbank, are you able to accept XRP and give me Turkish lira? Here's 100 lira worth of XRP. Here's 1,000,000 lira worth of XRP. And instantly that can be settled without having to hold balances. So that's the holy grail. That's the ultimate end goal that we're aiming for. But if you don't have connectivity, you can't even start. So first you get the banks connected. They do what they're doing today better. They like it. They build new services on it. Then they go, I want to do this in 100 countries, but I can't hold currencies in 100 countries. Well, guess what? You got XRP. So it's a phase strategy, but that's the way banking works.
And so for liquidity, because Ripple has a variety of products, there's X Current, and then there's X Rapid, and X Current doesn't use XRP, whereas X Rapid does for liquidity so banks don't need the Nostro and Vostro accounts where they hold the respective currency in those accounts and then have to pay the fees for intermediary fees and then the speed and the time and all that nonsense. And so XRP is what banks would want to hold for liquidity through the X Rapid product. And so that's what he's referring to through their XRP ledger. And so that's what will be massive for that. Whereas XRP is for liquidity, Bitcoin is considered a store of value. Like I've always said, Bitcoin shouldn't be considered a cryptocurrency. It's a crypto asset, and it's, dictated by the CFTC rather than the SEC in terms of legalities. And, the lawsuit versus the SEC really made XRP a trailblazer too, alongside Bitcoin, to have clarity. And so we'll talk about the lawsuit in a little bit, but the 39-month cycle, because the pseudonymous crypto analysis held Never Wishing on TradingView has presented a rather convincing 39-month cycle trend that often ends with the XRP price seeing a significant rise. Obviously no guarantees, but completed back in the mid-2020, just before 2020-2021 bull market began. When this trend marked 3 years ago, it ended with the XRP price rallying from 17 cents to over $2 by April of 2021. Since then, another 39-month cycle began counting, and once again, it has reached the point where a surge usually occurs. And so when we're looking right here, leading into 2024, the previous 39-month cycle jumps outlined by the crypto analysis both hit their peak at a little less than a year later. And the 2017-2018 rally was 11 months that it lasted, and the 2020 to 2021 rally lasted about 10 months. So it is expected that it will stick close to this time frame this time around. And so this chart shows the rally starting in November and hitting $2 in the next 4 months. From then on, there are multiple important price levels outlined, including $16 by the end of April of 2024 and $118 by June of 2024. So will we see something like that take place? Then for the grand prize, he's saying of $1,000, the crypto analysis sets a target date for December of 2024, around 13 months from the rally's start. So if this prediction does come to pass, the XRP price could be trading between $869 to $1,000 in a little over a year. Now, the liquidity would need to be insane. Bitcoin would be going absolutely crazy. And the 39-month cycle trend looks similar to the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. However, unlike Bitcoin, whose 4-year cycle is characterized by an infamous halving event, the XRP 39-month cycle does not have a significant event like a halving. Instead, it just looks to follow work mainly on a time frame basis, liquidity, and then overall macro market sentiment. So with Bitcoin sitting at $28,000 right now, retesting the 200 moving average, a break to the upside and a hold of this 200 moving average in red would mean massive bullish news for Bitcoin. And then also for XRP, that'd be bullish for XRP as well too, as XRP is sitting at the 200 moving average right now on the daily. And so with this 188 days until we see January of 2024, January 17th, that's how long it roughly took XRP to break out, about 188 days from the initial breakout back in September of 2016, when we saw XRP break above this descending resistance right here, similar to the post lawsuit, right? Breaks above, and then all of a sudden starts to see a sell-off, coming back down to retest the resistance as support right here, bouncing off of it, then trading to the upside 188 days later. Where would that put us right when XRP broke to the upside from this descending resistance in white that you can see right here, right from April of 2021, acted as resistance. It broke above it post lawsuit, coming back down to retest it. 188 days would be January 17th of 2024. So how far are we away from that right now? Well, right now it's October 8th. And so January 17th is about 100 days. So a little over 3 months before XRP really does anything. So in the meantime, what could happen for XRP, because we're neutral, on the indicators? Well, we could see XRP just kind of waddle around here, maybe come back down a little bit lower, just like I talked about, bounce off this upward trending support right here that it's had since March of 2020, and then break out of here alongside Bitcoin. Or, we bottle sideways and we trade up. I don't think XRP will break below. The only thing that would break XRP below this upward trending support right here would be a black swan event due to what's happening, for World War III event, right? Or some sort of lockdown, some sort of pandemic, part 2, them closing businesses, something hitting the economy. That's what I think would break XRP below 40 something cents. And that's, still in question with war talks right now. So we'll just have to wait and see on that and see if anything's possible there. But if that were to happen, it's good to have dry powder on the sidelines, because then we would see XRP's RSI drop. We would see the stochastic low, money flow index low. We would see all the indicators lining up. We'd see the crypto fear and greed index in extreme fear. And then that would be the time to pounce on the markets for the best opportunity, when everyone is in fear and everyone is scared. But 188 days, could we see, XRP break to the upside and retest $1.14 and break beyond that? So what will also affect XRP breaking to the upside will be this ongoing trial, because there's no official start date for the courtroom trial, because, the parties are going to submit blackout dates for trial. The court will determine a final date for the pre-trial meeting once a trial date is fixed in stone. Thus, the parties must file all necessary preliminary documents by December 4th. So that's the end of this year. There's no official start date for the courtroom trial, but it's rumored to begin between the 1st of April and the 30th of June of 2024. Therefore, it is quite improbable that this issue will be resolved this year. So in other words, it is extremely unlikely that any Ripple summary will occur before Bitcoin's price halving. It'll most likely occur after it. And so, we have till 2024 before everything's resolved, but nonetheless, Ripple's most likely gonna win. I mean, they've already been winning the entire lawsuit, so it's just dragging it out is all that it's doing. So the world's a stage, this is a show, and you better have your popcorn ready and get ready to back up the trucks as we look at Bitcoin right now in terms of the stock to flow model, in terms of days until the next halving right here. It color codes it. We've talked about this many times in previous videos, from red to, like a dark purple violet color, and then it halves, and Bitcoin's halving is coming up, May and April 2024. So, right around here. And if we look back at the last time that Bitcoin was around this stage right here, well, what happened? Well, where we are right now, okay, so we are going from blue to purple right here. Now, looking at the last time, what happened when we went from blue to purple? We saw Bitcoin rally from $6,800 upwards of $10,000, and then see a correction happen, coming in March for the Black Swan event that took place. So Bitcoin rallied up until, if there wasn't COVID, Bitcoin would have most likely kept going up. But COVID, Black Swan event, then the CARES Act came out, stimulus, then pumped money into the markets, and that's why we saw the bull run even bigger than you could imagine. The time before then, leading into the 2016 to 2017 bull run, Bitcoin was roughly around $400. It traded sideways for a long period of time, from the rally up in November all the way until May. So that took a long time for Bitcoin consolidating sideways. But once Bitcoin turned purple, we saw a rally upwards of $758, followed by a correction right before the halving. Then after the halving, Bitcoin went on a massive rally. The time before then, in 2012, Bitcoin consolidated sideways when it went from blue to purple, rallied up right before the halving, correction, and then Bitcoin halved, and then we saw a rally up from there. So will we see something like that take place right now? Will we just see Bitcoin consolidate sideways like it's done every single time? Rally up when it turns purple, right before the halving, correction, then the halving, and then we take off from there. I think that that's the most likely case scenario. So I don't expect anything really crazy to happen for Bitcoin the rest of this year, other than it trading between $25,000 to $40,000, maybe it trading upwards of $50,000, then it corrects, up to the stock to flow line. I would expect something like that to take place, because we are about We're at 27,978 right here. The stock to flow is 51,000. We're well below it. Each time in the past, other than 2012, we've rallied up to the stock to flow line and then seen a correction. You know, like right here, you guys can see this rally up, correction back to the stock to flow line, but we were above it, you know, leading up to COVID. The time before then, if we were to look back here, consolidating below the line, turn purple, rally above it, correction to the line, Bitcoin halved, then Bitcoin corrected down even further, and then it went on the bull run. So leading up to Bitcoin's halving could be a rally, and then after Bitcoin's halving, you know, it's going to take some time before we see Bitcoin really start going crazy. So it'll be interesting timing based on XRP as well too, because I would expect, you know, XRP to see most of its momentum in 2025. That's what I would be expecting. So you guys are still early right now, and based on what's happening with Bitcoin, the US dollar collapse, well, there's a massive shock coming. An $8 trillion predicted Fed inflation flip to spark a critical Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and crypto price boom to rival gold over the next few years that you need to be ready for. So I'm going to be talking about this in the next video. But if you guys want to be ready and know how to create income for yourself, we're getting ready to launch our financial publication platform. You can go to bullrunners.com, check that out. Also, if you guys want to see a list of other altcoins that we're holding that we believe have massive potential to do some big things moving forward for this next bull run in different industries, you know, like artificial intelligence, you know, DeFi, smart contracts. And when you go on coinmarketcap.com on categories of all of the top projects that we're personally holding in our portfolio, again, not financial advice, we're not telling you what to buy, we'll just show you what we hold. If you want that, then give this video a like, comment 777 below, and make sure you put in your best email address on bullrunners.com, because if enough people want it, then we'll email it to you guys first, and we'll notify you when we launch our financial publication platform to give you the best, to help you prepare for the worst that's yet to come in this economy. Because together, we're backing up our truck all the way to the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them, stacking them, leaving no bags left behind, because we believe that the spending power of the dollar is going to continue to go down in value. That's a fact based on inflation, what the Fed and the Treasury is doing. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies are going up in interest. That's the truth. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. I will see you on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.